All right, what's up everybody? This is the console. We're going to replace this old cover with a new leather cover. I will leave a link to those in the description if you'd like to pick one up. I've got another video showing how to pop this off out of the car. And now you're just going to need a pry tool such as a screwdriver or a little hook tool like so, and some pliers. So you're going to pry those staples up. A lot of times only half of it comes out, so you're going to use your pliers to pull the other piece. And then once you get this off, I'll show you how to put that new one on real quick. Now, as you can see, these staples are they have a very shallow, they're very short. Okay? So they don't punch through to the other side. There's a little bit of padding to help you a little, but if you don't have super short staples, I'm going to recommend just using glue. And since I don't have my staple gun with me today, I'm going to go ahead and use 3M yellow super weather strip and gasket adhesive. This dries relatively quickly and holds super strong, so this will be just fine. Won't have to worry about any staples running through the other side or breaking a brittle plastic. If these are old, even just 10 years old, running staples into these can actually just crack and break it. So you want to be careful there. I'll leave I'll leave a link in the description for this if you want to just grab it on Amazon. Otherwise, you may be able to find this at your auto parts store. All right, let's get to it. All right, so here's your cover. Leave a link in the description for these. This is the actual leather cover versus the factory vinyl that we took off. So you get a little bit of an upgrade. And what you want to do is you want to hang on. So you're going to get it positioned, and these little notches right here, a little notch there, and you've got this one there, this one there. Shows you where gives you a little guide for where you want your threads to come down. And what you're going to do is make sure you've got enough, wherever you're positioned. Sometimes you might have to scoot it around, set it a little bit farther forward or side to side than it looks like it needs to be, but you want to make sure that you've got enough for all your little tight areas to fit. So if you've got to stretch a little bit, use a little heat sometimes, make sure you get a stretch on it so you can get it on tight and not have to redo it. Just give it a little eyeball, okay? You follow? Then you're going to go and you're going to do the middle here, the middle here. Nice pull. Make sure you pull it tight. Then you're going to do the middle here and the middle here. And then you just start working your way from there. Once you've got that, then you can do the middle between there and there, or here. You're going to do here and here. Then you're going to do here and here. Then you're going to, just fill in your gaps. And you're going to do there. Then you're going to do between the corner and your middle here. And you're going to do there. And then you're just going to do all the other areas, pulling it tight as you go. And when you're done, it'll look good. Now, don't worry too much as you're going about how the other side looks. Just make sure you get some tension on it, and that should be enough. Each time you do an attachment, make sure you've got some tension. And I'll let you watch me do it with the glue here. All right, so just like I said, I'm going to spread some of this heavy duty glue here. Spread some on the back side. And you want to put a decent amount because you want it to be able to soak into your material. And it will kind of dry. Once it starts drying, it goes pretty quick. So I'm going to fold my material over. I'm actually going to scoot this back, fold my material over and I put too much glue on the... Yeah, it's kind of a pain in the butt because now I'm going to get it all over my finger and get it everywhere. So I'm going to scoot that in a little bit. Just put it on the material itself. All right. Now that we've done that,
Fold it over, and you can see it's starting to tack up already. And open it up and let it dry. If you want to get a better bite, I should have taken some sandpaper to this, and I think I'll pause the video, and I will. If you take a little sandpaper to this plastic, you're going to get a better adhesion quality there. So bear with me for a moment. We'll see if this first section will stick without any extra incentive, such as alcohol cleaning the surface, which I should have done after using a little sandpaper. So it is working. I'll probably just roll with it. That's good enough for now. We don't want to do all the way across. We want to get this tight before we do our corners, so that we don't have our corners too loose, if that makes sense. So there's that. I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video, use a little bit of sandpaper and then alcohol clean the sanded area so we get an excellent adhesion. All right, nothing special, just some 400 grit. I think this is 220. You want it 400 probably wouldn't, probably not be aggressive enough. But again, if you do this, it gives your adhesive more of a surface area to grab on and not let go. I might have to re-glue this area. That might dry on me too quickly. That's okay. All right, that's all that's gonna take. Good enough. Let me clean it. All right, I went ahead and applied a little bit more and some directly onto the leather, so I can make sure. And I'm gonna pull it, going ahead and pulling it tight and wrapping it up. As you can see, my little notch cutout lines up there. Stick it so it gets good coverage, and go ahead and pull it back. Let it dry for a moment. You don't need to let it dry 5 minutes. That would be too long. So, at risk of making a long video, I'm just letting it play here so you can see how much time I give it. Maybe blow on it. That should be good enough. Pull it tight again. Go ahead and wrap it, tack it down. Okay. Believe it or not, that should be good enough as far as getting the top to look relatively smooth. Now again, like I said, you don't want to panic too much when it looks bad, because you're still gonna have wrinkles probably till the end. I'm gonna hit this with a heat gun a little bit, because I am a little concerned about the markings that are on it from shipping. So I'm gonna go ahead and just hit it with a little heat, try to get rid of some of this a little bit. We'll get back on it. Handy heat gun here. Just give it a little heat. All right, that's what we got so far. I went ahead and pulled this up and put a little more glue and re-glued it. Pulled it a little bit tighter. All right, which is always an option. Now let's do the sides. So I'm just gonna do a little. I'm not gonna do the whole side here. All right, there's that one. Again, give it some tension. Doesn't have to be crazy, just something. Okay. Pull it a little bit tighter. Pull it up. Let it air out. And then I'm gonna go ahead and pull it tight. I'll pause it though. Next side, same thing. All right. Little there, little there, little there. And pull it tight. Oh man. All right. Pull it tight like that. Wrap it around. Get it tacked. That spreads the glue out on the contact points. Again, go ahead and pull it tight. Wrap it around. Let it get contact. Release it. Let it dry for a moment. All right, so here's what it looks like. Pull it tight right in the middle. Well, maybe not, because I can't get my finger on it. Here we go. Try it from here. See if that gives us a little bit better bite. All right. moving right along. Okay, you can see the wrinkles are going out without me having to worry about it. As long as you pull it tight and give it some tension, by the time you get done, almost every time, it is looking good. Pause it again. Okay, so for the corners now, you know, I just have this little bit of wrinkling left. So we're just gonna go ahead and do the same thing where we pull tight. If you gotta use a razor blade and slice this up a little bit so it's not so much material, then go ahead and do that. Pull these tight. And once you do all that, you should have a good look over here on this side. We might have to, this looks a little bit stretched. I might have to use the heat gun when I'm done and just, you know, that will do it. That will get rid of whatever wrinkles I've got left. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video, do this, and I'll show you the end result. All right, so I cut some relief cuts, you can see there and there, which is basically from there and there. It makes it a little, lay down a little bit more flush. So I'll go ahead and do that for you, show you what I'm talking about when you bend this over. Slice it. Slice that. Now you've got this tab that will fold over nicely in there. Okay. All right, these corners are a little tricky, so I'm gonna, you know, just wing it till I make it. Fake it till you make it. I might have to trim some out of here, and I don't see my razor. Okay, so folded this side in nice and tight. And I'm gonna go ahead and slice this so I can fold this down. Let's remove some of the material because this being leather and not vinyl, it is more bulky than the factory material. And it's a little tricky to get this smooth, these corners smooth. Just keep at it. I might end up soaking them with a little bit of super glue, and that'll allow me to shave it down even more, maybe like this. Take a little more material off, and also I don't have to wait for it to dry. It's just instantly will harden up and then give me something I can shave down a little bit in case it's too bulky to put it back together, which usually isn't a problem. All right, put a little super glue on there. Use the back of the super glue container to smash it tight. Get a nice tight fit for you, hopefully. There you go. All right, glue on the fingers. You're gonna need some acetone, lacquer thinner, or adhesive remover of some sort to get that off. Top doesn't look too bad. Heat gun will get these wrinkles out. Now the downside to the real leather material is it's not as stretchy as the vinyl and it's thicker. So it's just not quite as forgiving to use or to install. But it does shrink, whereas vinyl, it will loosen up and it will help with wrinkles, but it doesn't really shrink if you need it to shrink. But you usually don't need to because it stretches. When you're pulling on it, the vinyl, it'll stretch on there, whereas the leather is a little bit harder. I mean, I almost never have to do this, but on this one, it looks appropriate. Looks like, not bad though, not bad at all. And again, this is just a quick recover. And you know, over some time and some warm days in the sun, it will look even better than it does today. Okay. All right, there's the console cover replacement for a 2018 Lexus RX350 or what have you. Hope you enjoyed that. Hit the like and subscribe, and good luck, you guys. All you gotta do is put it back together. I'll go ahead and show you how to put it back together. I have another video that shows you how to take it apart. It's basically just 6 screws that go there, 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 these 3 over there. On the back side here, actually right there. And then you snap this plastic cover back on. I'll leave a link in the, or I'll try to leave a link for that video on how to remove this. All right, have a good day.